that time in acts of worship. Now, if you choose to make dua, which is very important, making dua, because on that night it was narrated by Al-Bayhaqi that when it is the 15th night of Sha'ban, Allah orders an angel to convey a message from Allah Azza wa Jal. That angel will say, your Lord says, so he is conveying that message from Allah Azza wa Jal. And it should be noted that the Kalaam of Allah Azza wa Jal is not like our speech. Our speech is made up of language, letters, sounds. So we speak Arabic, we speak English, we speak other languages. So we speak languages. The languages are created by Allah Azza wa Jal. The eternal and everlasting Kalaam of Allah is not made up of letters, sounds, and is not a language. It doesn't start and end. When I'm talking now in English, as you can see, it's very obvious, I'm uttering letters and words. I start with the word, then I finish that word, then I move on to another word. So my speech is numerous. It starts, it ends. That means this is because I'm talking a language with letters uttered. But the Kalaam of Allah Azza wa Jal is not made up of letters or sounds or a language. Allah revealed the Quran on our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Arabic. Allah revealed the Injil, the Evangel on Prophet Isa, Jesus alayhi salam, in Syriac language. And Allah revealed the Torah on Prophet Musa alayhi salam, Moses, in the Hebrew language. So as you can see, that book is in Hebrew, and that book is in Syriac language. Then the Quran that we have is in Arabic. This does not mean that Allah spoke Hebrew, then spoke Syriac, then spoke Arabic. Hasha, no. The Kalaam of Allah is not like our Kalaam. But these revealed books and these revealed words are expressions of the eternal Kalaam of Allah Azza wa Jal that does not resemble our speech. They are expressions. They are not the exact attribute of Allah Azza wa Jal that is eternal without a beginning and everlasting without an end. No. Because all the attributes of Allah are without a beginning and without an end. Allah is without a beginning and without an end. His attributes are without a beginning and without an end. Because if there is an attribute that has a beginning, that means it occurred, it came into existence after non-existence. So it's a creation. And the self that created things occur in it, that self itself must be created as well. As you know from yourself, when you were born, you were unable to talk. You were unable to walk. Later on, you gained attributes. You started talking. So that attribute occurred to you. It's an occurrence. It's an event that happened in you. That shows that you, yourself, is a creation. That's why the one who claims that any of the attributes of Allah Azza wa Jal is a creation, وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ, blasphemes. Imam Abu Hanifa radiallahu anhu, in his famous book Al-Fiqh Al-Akbar, stated explicitly that whoever claims that any of the attributes of Allah is created, or doubts about it or hesitates if it's created or not, blasphemes. Because the Creator is not created and the attributes of the Creator are not created. So the Kalaam of Allah does not resemble our Kalaam, our speech, as the self of Allah does not resemble ourselves. Allah said in the Quran, لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ. Nothing resembles Allah in any way whatsoever. So our knowledge is not like the knowledge of Allah. So Allah does not resemble us, and His attributes do not resemble our attributes. So the Kalaam of Allah is not like our speech. So these books that were revealed to the prophets are expressions of the eternal and everlasting Kalaam of Allah that is not a sound, letter or language. Is that clear? So when you hear something in a hadith, because I know, especially when they translate these hadiths to English, they fall into a big mistake. They translate it in a way that the reader may think that there was a dialogue that happened, when in fact, when you make a dialogue with someone, you say something, then you listen, so you stop. Then that one will say something, then you say. So you talk and then you be quiet, silent, then you talk, then you be silent, and so on. That's amongst the creations. But Allah Azza wa Jal, who does not resemble any of the creations, His Kalaam does not resemble our speech. That should be noted, and that is very important. So when you hear a hadith, when it says that Allah says, and the words are in Arabic, it doesn't mean that Allah utters these Arabic letters, hasha. If it's translated into English or French or Italian or any other language, it doesn't mean that Allah utters these words in that language, no. Allah is the creator of languages, so Allah's Kalaam is not a language. Rather, the angel will convey that message from Allah Azza wa Jal. So the angel will say, your Lord says, and he conveys that message. Al-Bayhaqi narrated that when it is the 15th night of Sha'ban, Allah orders an angel, the angel descends and conveys that message. He says, your Lord says, is there anyone who's asking for forgiveness? And Allah will forgive him. Is there anyone who's asking for sustenance? And Allah will provide him with sustenance. Is there anyone who has a need, asking Allah for a need? And Allah will fulfill his need. Is there, until dawn break. So the angel keeps delivering that message up to dawn break. So imagine at that time at night, the angel is conveying that message. If you have a need, you may supplicate Allah Azza wa Jal, asking Him to fulfill your need. If you are asking Allah for forgiveness, inshallah you'll be forgiven on that night, and so on.